All right, everyone. I'm quitting. I'm never doing another stream ever again. This is a sign that I can't do this anymore. This will be my last stream forever. No more streams for Pip. I quit. It's been real. It's been fun. Today's my last day. Let me know if you can hear me. Oy vey. Sorry, guys, but we're going to keep pushing on. I don't like quitting, dang it. There's no quitting me. So, good thing Google Fi. Can't imagine it's YouTube, or in case unless they hate Utah for some reason. So we will soldier on. Hi, everyone. I trust me, I'm pissed. I'm gonna have some mean things to say, but right now, it's all about getting the job done, getting off your feet, and getting back at it. Because Lord knows I'm trying hard here. We had a good thing going. So I was planning on going to cell phone providers last night, just didn't have enough time. So that'll probably be something for after work tomorrow, perhaps. Be like, this is ridiculous. You suck. Not them, but Google Fi. And the funny thing is, everything was working great till like the last couple days. It's just been like, I think it's Elon Musk again. Definitely Elon Musk. A220 inbound. I'm telling you, it's China. It's either Elon Musk or China. The old Airbus A319. There'll be a Jackson arrival. Guys and girls, I want to apologize. This is usually not the case. Of course, everybody has like technical blips, but we had the same issue yesterday. Infidel Fireman can attest to. So, nope, it did not. That was an A321. Well, let me look here though, because I've only been paying attention to the east side. So give me a second, Nielsen. If it is, maybe they'll send them to this runway. Stand by. And Steven, if you're still on, you're welcome to slap me when I head to Europe in England. The funny thing about the connection is I can connect to the internet just fine. It's just, I'm going to have to do some testing here, folks, because I'm not happy at all. All right, we got Delta 2675 heading to the threshold of runway 16 left. And thank you for the like and the patience. It's usually not this bad, guys. Encourage you to like and subscribe as always. Infidel, it's usually better than this, isn't it? You can attest to that. Copy that, Nielsen. Thank you for the report. Hopefully it'll ATC will route them this way. I've seen them land on both runways, 16 left and 16 right. So when it's a south flow. That's correct. That is correct, Infidel Fireman. Although flight attendants can be in the flight deck because there has to be that pilot who crashed the plane on the Eurowings flight into the mountains. Part of the reason is now that they require that if a first officer, captain, or a crew member has to go to the bathroom, that a flight attendant has to be in the cockpit. I am 87 years old, BG. Now I'm 41 as we look at this AT2300 departing to Dallas Fort Worth. Yep, just 41. Yeah, the jump seats in the main cabin. So those are for the flight attendants. So if there's an extra flight attendant that wants to get on, they can sit in those. And I can't, as a dispatcher, sit in those. I can sit in the flight deck. All right, let's get it all the way. Everybody who's tuning in, just tell me your age. We'll all say it all at once. I'm 41. Infidel Fireman's like 24. 43, okay. Everybody all at once, let's get our ages out. Thank you for the like, by the way. Another departure headed down to runway 16 left is Delta 3584 headed to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, me too. That's yep. That's exactly true. 100%. I act like 12 most times. Yep. I agree. Well, not with you acting like 12, me. DFW Plane Spotters acts like he's 12 all the time, and I think he's like 13. Middle aged Londoner. Okay. Fair enough. And hi, everybody, for tuning in. I'm not going home, damn it. Pardon my language. I shouldn't have said that. I don't swear and encourage not swearing, but I'm pretty ticked off. And I am not going down without a fight. Yeah, 1981. Good year. Good year for sure. Next up is Delta 935 after, well, they're going to let Delta 935 arrive, and then the flight to Tulsa on 3584 will depart. Or maybe they will switch Delta 935 to runway 17, and Delta 3584 there in the distance will depart. Yeah, Luthier, we're all babies. I know the only guy that I know who's like in his 60s, I think, is John English. Early 60s. How about we'll just make, since it sounds like the median age is 40, you can say, Luther, if you're over or under 40. That way everybody's safe since Infidel Fireman and I are about the same age, close to it. Dang, I wish I was 6'3". Except when flying CRJ 200s. Your youngest child is 45. Okay. So we're going with over 40. We'll go with over 40. That's safe. No problem. That's the thing I like about aviation is that we love aviation at all ages. You know, whether you're 100 or 10 or 20, we all love aviation. That's kind of the cool thing. Thirty-five, 34 headed off to Tulsa on the E-175. Now scanning back for Delta 935 on the 737 900 from JFK. That's right, no age limits. Honestly, that's one of the things I do really like is there's no hipness factor or age that comes with it. So yeah. Yep. And thank you for liking and tuning in. And we encourage you all to pray for no more technical issues to whomever your God is, the God of aviation or the man upstairs. I did go to church today, so apparently I should have prayed more. Hi, everybody who's just tuning in. We are live in Salt Lake City. And this will be my last normal day plane spotting. I start a new job tomorrow, so we'll update you on the schedule later this week. For now, it may be just a weekend, Saturday and Sunday, but we'll see if we can work in an evening once in a while here. And I'd like to travel on the weekends, like Las Vegas or Denver again or Phoenix. So we'll see. Or Boise. Boise. A321 departing to Detroit. Looking good. $1966 in a small Cessna. Wow, Luther. That's pretty cool. And honestly, it is because that was when the jet age was really starting out. That's pretty awesome. What's up, Chaotic Bean? Good to see you, my friend. Pray we have no technical issues. Like the last 2 days, I don't know who I ticked off, if it was Elon Musk or somebody at Salt Lake Airport, but we've had some technical gremlins for some stupid reason. So I apologize. That is quite amazing. First time I think I was ever on a plane was in 1985, and I don't even remember what plane. I was flying to Salt Lake, and I can barely remember it. I remember the old United colors. It was the orange, was the orange, white, orange, blue, and I remember the orange. That much I remember. That's a great question. I would love to, but as of this point, BG, not yet. Got to have some money because I would like to. I would love to stream from abroad. Yes. So, Stephen, yeah, sorry. We got cut off there because I did see your question the first time. As of right now, no, they're just working on the second half of Concourse A and B. So remember, they've got concourses for the west side done. So the building you see here, of course, is Concourse A, the second half, and also B as well. So B will be the last part. However, if you were to ask me, hey, Pip, what do you think? I think they should add another concourse and another parking garage because it's quickly filling up. So yeah, for right now, they're just working on this concourse A right here, and then also concourse B, which sits behind us. And it's funny, you mentioned something, and I've thrown around this idea that I would do a live broadcast from my GoPro walking through the airport. And I've thrown out that idea and just trying to work the semantics of it to make sure it can get a good enough connection. So that's an idea I've kind of thrown around. Yes, a tram. Amen. A train that goes between the concourses. Yes, infidel firemen. Amen. So, yeah, definitely needed. Or rickshaws. Like college kids could carry the rickshaws and you could ride in them like in Hong Kong. All right, Nielsen, I got looks like some good news for you. Looks like we will get Delta 57 from Amsterdam on our side. So it looks like it is routed for runway 16 left. Yeah, or I could do a memory card. Sure can. Yep, also a good idea. Easier. Actually, when I was traveling before I kind of moved away, I did work in aviation, did work for a couple airlines. So I started doing Pip's backpack, and I only did 2 episodes, but I did the Concourse B in Sacramento, and then I also did San Jose, the entire length of the terminal, because it's about a mile long. Nasty. Darren, what's up? Oh, got a little wind gust there. Just shot right through the parking garage. Good to see you, Darren. Hello there. Yeah, golf carts. Yeah. If we, I'd be a little crazy though. People just started renting golf carts in the concourse and driving around. I have recommended to the board, this is true. I have recommended to the airport board to do a 5K because the concourses are so long and the walk is so long. We could probably get it done if we did it super early, like 5 o'clock on a Saturday. I don't know if they'll take me up on that offer, but that was worth the idea. And then they also have those luggage that they it has a mechanized motor in it, so it's kind of like a little race car in your luggage. So I've thought about buying one of those, but I think they're like $1,000. So that would be a purchase way, 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 way later on. Bicycles, yeah. So what heavies are we speaking of, Nielsen? Yep, and I know Dallas Love Field does uses a runway for a 5K as well. Yep. But the concourses are so long here that they could just use the interior and have the air conditioning. Gotcha. All right. Well, give me a second here. Yep, Chantel's broomstick. Wyoming. I love the state of Wyoming, of course. You know that, Darren. Longtime resident there in Green River. Well, 2.5 years, I should say. All right. So give me a second here. I don't know if we really have clear skies today, Nielsen. I will slowly pan up. But yeah, we've got clouds today, especially as the storm's moving in. You're not looking at static screen. Hey, Julio, welcome in. We're at Salt Lake City International Airport back home. All right, well, I'm going to focus on him then. So, there he is. Copy that, sir. Okay, they've routed him to runway 17 on the visual approach. Get him, see him there in the distance. Infidel Fireman, the visibility's been good as far as the camera and everything. Because I watched the stream yesterday, it was not the best. So, and I apologize for everyone who tuned in. It's a work in progress, episode 24 we're at. As I zoom in on Delta 57, an Airbus A330 300. Sending off to runway 17 on the far end of eastern part of the field here at Salt Lake City. Thank you for the like and tuning in. Encourage you to like and subscribe because when we're not having technical issues, we're the best game in town, and I'll put out a video letting people know when and where we'll be broadcasting. Yeah, I agree, Nielsen. I will look back and laugh. Gal. And it brings up something about patience. When you do something that you really want to accomplish, it takes time. So things like this, it just takes time to improve each day. Hopefully you guys are still around then. Nope, nothing good comes easy, especially a 5-hour oral exam there, Infidel Firemen. You're pumped and ready to go. So just relax, I think, and yeah, it's really not that bad. I agree. They are probably the most graceful airplane, Nielsen. I would agree with that. Yeah, man. Next Saturday, you'll be like, hey, I have my license. I'll be like, sweet. Yeah, Nielsen, the way they land, it's just like like you said, very graceful. No shaking or stuttering or anything like that. It's just like a bird. Yeah. Yep, really good landing. Yep. It is a short runway, chaotic bean. However, the short runway 17, is about 9,000 feet, 9,500 feet, so well within the limitations for a heavy aircraft. That is a good question, though. But yeah, well within the limitations. So the really short runway that I don't think they even actively use anymore is 1432, which I think is now just a taxi, which I think is right there. In fact, 1432, and it's like 4,500 feet, and they just use as a taxiway. So hi, everybody who just tuned in. And if you're new to the channel, welcome in. Encourage you to like and subscribe. And if you're coming back, thank you. We apologize for the technical gremlins. And we'll get there, and just appreciate your patience because I love to entertain. Anchorage to Salt Lake. That sounds fantastic. Now, was that? Did you see any of the northern lights there, Darren? Because that's pretty north. That's a good photo right there. Longest flight I ever had was from Munich to Dulles, and then I was connecting through to Chicago. Yep, good thumbnail. I agree. I'm afraid to touch anything, Nielsen, because I might mess something up again. So, yeah, I know, dude. This is awful. This is just straight up awful. Okay. Yeah. We need more prayers, dang it. Need stable connection. Or somebody's spying on me and ruining this. Thank you. That's right. We got this. This is my show, darn it. We're back in action. I, dude, Steven, you have no idea how ready I am. So I was looking because of the connection yesterday. I mean, and obviously the goal is to get a hotspot, but some of them are really expensive. And there's a Netgear one, and it's like $700. And there's a lesser one that's a 4G, and I don't know if it has the upload speed to do live streaming at 1080p. Because you need, I think, between 3 and 6 megabytes per second on the upload speed, and 5G is the only one that really is safe on that if you are mobile. Yeah, smash that button. You're exactly right, Nielsen. Thank you. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like, oh my gosh, $700. Okay. See, and that's why I've been so resistant to get anything because it's 700 there for, and then you've got a shotgun mic with just 200, so you're at 900. Then you've got to get what was the other thing that I probably really need? Shotgun mic, the hotspot, then the service. So that's 50, $60. Um, so there's a lot that yeah. And then I want to get a couple other things like a mixing board so I can do multiple cameras, and so that's another $400. So there you go. More like less technical issues. All right, Nielsen, I'll try and look for it. Like I said, we've got high cirrus clouds today, so I don't know if we're going to catch it. So let's see if I can picture. I'll tell you what, I will shoot the camera straight up into the air. So yeah, we got high cirrus today, and then we've got some of this cirrostratus with the weather system coming into later today with some rain and snow mix. What's QOTS there, Infidel Fireman? Educate me. Not with my bare eyes, Infidel. Nielsen. I am actually looking straight up. So we're in a parking garage. There's a little bit of a roof, and I can see the cirrus clouds. I can see partial blue skies. But no, no, sorry, no Tahitian Nui or Lufthansa. Oh, Queen of the Skies. Okay. Yeah, the old 747. I've never seen one land here in Salt Lake City, not even a cargo in my experience here. I went to school out here several years ago too. 2005 to 2008. Wonder Woman. Yeah, that's certainly possible. Yeah, we've got, as far as the cloud coverage goes, Nielsen, we've uh, broken at 21,000 feet. So, yeah, those clouds are lower than our planes flying over to Los Angeles. Lisa, hello. How is Wisconsin? Good to see you. It is a good day for flying here in Salt Lake. A little breezy from the south, but temperature 46 degrees currently. So nice to see you. Dispatching for NetJets. I haven't heard a whole lot. I think they're based in Columbus, Ohio, Infidel. Yep, I know, Stephen. I know. I'm sad to see that. I miss very much the British Airways 747s for sure. London to Sao Paulo. Wow. So you're going south across the Atlantic. That's a pretty long flight too. Was Brazil a lot of fun? Brazil. I bet. My parents lived in Porto Alegre, which is in the southern part of the country, for a couple of years, and really enjoyed it. Yeah, Lisa, it's a good day. We had a couple technical issues, so I'm gonna look into that, see if we can get something more reliable. But of course, that costs money. So we just ask people to be, patient, and I'll work hard, and I'm not going anywhere. So, all righty, folks, inbound on runway 17 is Alaska 3495 on an Embraer E175, and then also Delta 3804. So we got 17 and 16 right. 16 left, excuse me, in the action. So we'll turn our cameras to the north. Oh, wow. That's a big old trip, Nielsen. That sounds fantastic. Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay. That sounds fantastic. Yeah, it's not too bad. It'll start to heat up. It's only 2:30 right now. It usually heats up in the 3 and 4 o'clock hour. We did catch Amsterdam Delta 57 A330 inbound, so that was cool. Got mugged in Buenos Aires. I'll remember that to pack an extra piece. I went to Italy last year and it was a lot of fun with the family. We went to Venice and then Florence and then Rome and Naples. Pickpocketed. Quick hands. That's why I stick everything inside my pants and my underwear when I'm traveling. That way, nobody can get to it. Please tell me somebody's seen that Chappelle Show episode with the World Series of Dice. All right, this is a sharp Gulf Stream, so I wanted to zoom in on this one as opposed to the 175 inbound. Pretty sharp. It's got like a purple tint to it. I don't know if this is the black one we always see, but this is super sharp. And thank you for the like and subscribing. We encourage you to do so that you'll know when and where we'll be broadcasting from next. Yeah, dude, this is pretty sharp. It's got like a purple tint to it, or a violet, dark purple tint. Yeah, it's top secret there. Yeah, it is, especially if you're sitting on the western side, or the western side, on the east side of the, if you're flying from the south. And wow, the wind is really starting to kick up here, folks. Yeah, that's not very nice. All right, boys and girls. So since one, I arrived super late because I had a couple of meetings beforehand, and then number two, because we had technical issues, we're going to be on the air well into the 3 o'clock hour. So we're going past 2 hours today, and so we're good for probably close to another hour here, folks. Oh, okay. Yes. So the Air Force planes. So the Utah Air National Guard has their headquarters here. So the Air Force planes you see are for the Utah Air National Guard. So that's why you see all the KC 135s and the Air Force planes. So, yeah, it is a good thing. Cash in the boots, another good idea. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and Stephen, as I was saying before, if you sit towards if you're flying in from the north, you want to sit on the left side of the airplane. If you're flying in from the south, you want to sit on the right side of the airplane. The old Airbus A320 arriving into Salt Lake City. It's a good idea too, Lisa. Or Nelson. Yeah, it's definitely not as fast paced as when we were in Denver, but this is a hub that's growing for sure. The peak that they had as far as passengers was about 26 million, and I think that was in 2019. Archer 2065 from Salt Lake to DFW. And Nielsen, we just might get another heavy. Delta 51 from London is just below 8,000 feet now. And I do believe it is headed our way. That's Delta Flight 51. Lisa, Airbus A330. Nielsen really likes heavy aircraft, so he always tells me when an inbound heavy is coming. He's always alert. Vigilant. So the camera, if you're just joining us, is pointed to the northeast. Those are the Wasatch Mountains. We're looking north of Salt Lake. And the Delta hangar there. On your far runway 17, we've got a Gulfstream G450 NetJets arriving from Columbus. And I think I kind of answered your question, Infidel Fireman. I don't know a lot about NetJets dispatching. I don't know if they're 135 or if they're like regular 121. So that, that I think there would be 135, but they would have dispatchers. So but Columbus, Ohio's like a nice town. I mean, there's a hockey team there. I like it. It's the biggest city in Ohio. It's a good plane spotting airport because, like Salt Lake and Portland, you have a parking garage in the middle and parallel runways on each side. So, yeah. And thanks for everybody tuning in. If you're new, I encourage you to like and subscribe. That way you'll know when and where we'll be broadcasting from next. The latest we'll be on is next Saturday, but we may have some time in the evening here when some of our fine European folks will be in bed. So yeah, Infidel Fireman. I don't know. If we did like in the evening, that'd probably be the latest I've ever done. So I don't know what the turnout would be like. That'd be interesting. Oh, hometown in Columbus. All right, Justin. Very cool. Yeah, that's interesting. They don't have a direct flight, do they, from Salt Lake City? Yeah, you usually have to connect. That's a bummer. Went to a Blue Jackets game once. It was nice there at Nationwide Arena. Of course, watching my Blackhawks. Yep, that's a good point, Chaotic Bean. Really good point. Infidel Fireman, I would catch that. Lost it during COVID, and now, yeah, that's a good point, Justin. Excellent point. Yeah, for 135, you do a bit of everything. That's a really good point, Chaotic Bane. It's totally different than the dispatch component, like in a 121 operation. Breeze Airways may like fly to Columbus via Provo. I don't know. I saw Allegiant from Provo, Justin, is going to fly to Chicago Midway a couple days a week. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I am. I get that's the number one thing I get, Lisa, is that I have the best scenery. So I'll take it any day if this attracts people. Yeah, we'll compensate for the technical problems, but uh, yeah, it is great scenery. I have to 100% confess, Justin, who's from here, can also speak. But for me, I love it when there's snow on the mountains. It looks so much better. So yeah, dude, Provo is coming on strong, Justin. Absolutely. Their allegiance going bonkers, and then Breeze is adding flights. There you go, Nielsen. Inbound from London, our A330 on Delta. Yeah, okay, so an infidel fireman, that's a totally different ball game. Um, let me think about that. I might have a few connections who worked in the 135 world. Yes. Okay. Well, that makes sense, Chaotic Bean. Thank you for the like and tuning in and subscribing. Welcome into Pip's Planespotting Live. If you're new, I encourage you to like and subscribe so you will know when and where we'll be broadcasting from next. Plus, we're trying to get to 4,000 hours, and as of yesterday, we were at 3,620. I know you love the butter landings, Nielsen. My only concern is Salt Lake keeps growing. We'll get more international flights, and you may lose yourself. You may go out of control. Nielsen won't be able to contain your excitement. I gotcha. Yeah, I would honestly, if you want to stay, when I, if you can't get into a 121 operation, you're going to just have to get some experience now, and that's just the truth of it. You may not necessarily like, but as long as the check clears and you gain some experience for a year, 6 months, um, that's the biggest thing. When I was at my first supplemental, it was for a hot minute. I was there for like 3 months, and I realized I don't want this. I want 121 operations. So my friend who was a captain at Envoy sent me the link, and I immediately applied. So hi everyone who tuned in. Welcome in. Don't be afraid to say hi. This is Pip's Plane Spotting Live PPL. Justin, that is something we've talked about a couple times. I know I talked to Dalton about it a couple weeks ago. I would suspect that the next one would probably be either Seoul or maybe bring back Tokyo. I think Seoul would work because Korean Air is a Sky Team partner, so you could easily integrate that into Salt Lake. Um, That would be my first thought. Maybe well, who was? Dang it, my brain's all over the place. Somebody suggested that possibly Virgin Atlantic, since it's now a full Sky Team member, might do maybe a seasonal. But the thing that always bugs me is that our only two international carriers, and Eurowings just started last year, they're only seasonal flights. Like they never come during the wintertime when skiing's hot. So they're both summertime flights, right? Like so Eurowings is April to I think September or October, and KLM is the same. So uh, logically speaking, I think you'd be right, Justin, that having a Korean Air flight from Seoul would make a lot of sense. We'll see. I have not heard any rumblings or grumblings. But it would be cool if they brought back the Delta to Tokyo flight. Waiting on the edge there of runway 16 left is a 737 MAX 9 from United 2175 headed to Denver. And behind them is flight 906 Salt Lake to Detroit and Southwest flight 1167 737 headed to Phoenix. I don't know, Justin, which flight would you like, or where would you like the next flight to be, or air carrier? Hola, James, the Iceman cometh. James Meany, the Iceman. Welcome. Starting to kick up here. We were expecting gusts of about 30 knots today, so canvas starts to shake. I apologize, but it was going to be a little bit blustery with the storm coming in. No icing today, eh? That's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, work starts for me tomorrow, James. So the old train operator, and I have to confess, you know, uh, well, I'm not sure. I'll just have to see how things go and roll with it. I'll miss not doing this as often during the day. It'll be like more on the weekends and then at night. JFK flight 905 on a 737-900 is appearing in our picture right now. Yeah, the old Pips train spotting live. Yeah, I wonder if I can get a camera to put in the once I get signed off, put a camera in the train, so I could do like a GoPro stream of the route or just record it. PTL, Pips train spawning live, possibility. Yeah, Air France too, Justin. Good point there because then you'd have like the three big players of Sky Team, both KLM and Delta and Air France. Inbound United, Airbus. We don't see Airbus too often. It's usually a 737 from Chicago. You trying to get to Indonesia, Justin? Garuda? People think I people think, Justin, that like Utah is very non like very assimilated, but there are a lot of different cultures here, both through refugees who've come here, but also um, the whole church aspect too of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So, with its headquarters here, so it's pretty interesting. Hey, Lisa, thanks for stopping in. So nice to see you. You have a fantastic afternoon and evening too. Ah, Jeb's Road. Okay, makes a lot of sense. You're doing it for the pure schmooze factor, the accoutrements, if you will. This Southwest 737 700 is headed to Phoenix. That's James. As far as de-icing goes, it really depends on the airline. So, for example, some dispatch managers may include it by default when you're planning the flight, and other times, like I would put extra fuel on for de-icing. Yeah, because it can vary, right? It can be anywhere from maybe 10 to 15 minutes, or if it's like a really snowy day, it can be a half hour, 45 minutes. I've had de-icing times be as much as an hour, just because of volume, and that was in Chicago too. So it's just all dependent on which airport you're at too. So yes, short answer, yes. Well, the one thing I would say about amending the flight plan is once the plane's out, you either take off or you go back to the gate for more fuel. It's not like you can just say, well, that's not true, but there's fuel on the plane, and that's the fuel you have on the plane, and there's only so much. So you can maybe change a number of things to lower your min takeoff, but I don't want to confuse anybody, but yeah, there are some things you can do. But as a general rule, once you are blocked out of the gate, you know how much fuel you have. So speedy de-icing. Glad to hear that in Poland. And see, I'm jealous of you, Nielsen. Because being in Europe, you can get to all these new countries in like a 2-3 hour flight, which is pretty cool. So I have a question, Nielsen, and anybody, Steven, CJ. Um, do you, so is Britain still part of the EU as far as travel goes, or do you guys have to go through separate customs? Like, for example, if I came from the United States, I would have to come through customs. So I thought that was interesting. Okay, so you guys are still in the EU. Okay, well that makes things a whole lot better. So that's good. Because I remember when I was coming back from Rome, you had all those who were from EU countries go through passport control, and then everybody else was a totally different one. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, thanks for clarifying, Nielsen. So separate lines, immigration lines, though. Okay. Infidel Firemen, we just passed an hour on our current broadcast, so knock on wood that the stream holds out. Sometimes it freezes up after an hour. Hey, Tony. Okay, that makes sense. Northern Ireland, okay. It just seemed if you were like an EU country from an EU country, it made the process a lot faster. But that's just what I perceived when I was going through my own customs line. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yep, you are a hop away. That's one of the things. Yeah, I'm very jealous of anybody in Europe. You can go to a totally new country and see new things for sure. I mean, we've got. I could get down to Cabo San Lucas and Vancouver in about 2.5 hours. Calgary, that's about it. Hawaii's like, even though it's in the United States, is still 7 hours from Salt Lake. Thanks for the like and tuning in. We encourage you to like and subscribe so that you'll know when and where the next broadcast will be. Interesting, James. Very interesting. And you know what? That may be because is it because of the engine cowl? How you have the so with the new Max engines, you have those serrations on the back of the cowl, and so makes me wonder if that is a little bit. States feel like different countries. Yeah, okay. Which states would you say? Would you say someplace like Alabama or something? Chaotic Bean. Well, I'll tell you what, when I was up in Seattle, Nielsen, even though of most companies, there are still a ton of airlines that are sticking behind the bean, not the bean, the max. As we see Delta 3645 arrive on 16 left there. Texas thinks it is. Okay, yeah, I'll go with that. And Justin, I came from Texas, so I can verify that. In fact, interesting side note, uh, I went out with a teacher from Texas once, and she says that not only do they do the Pledge of the Allegiance for the United States, but they do like the Pledge for Texas or whatever it is. So totally different. Yeah, I don't know if it's they can't get out of the orders. I just think they're committed to it. For example, like Southwest is totally committed behind the Max, and they were even before. So there have been a lot of planes built. So there's a certain element of too, and no doubt I'm sure Boeing with some of the airlines so that they would still take uh, the Maxes. Florida, that's a good point. Florida, it does feel like another country, and it also countries depending which part you're in. If you are one part, it feels like one country, and then if you go to the south, it's a totally different country. Interesting. Well, yeah, on that situation, at the end of the day, it is safety wise. So the dispatcher and captain are going to be like, I'm not satisfied, and especially the captain, like because he's got eyes on it. If he's not satisfied, then that's he can call safety. He can call a number of things. So thanks for everybody tuning in here on a sunny but windy Sunday. Partly sunny. It is Pip. Pip's PPL Plane Spotting Live. Good that you could join us for the broadcast here at Salt Lake City International in Utah. As we've got Frontier wasting no time on their A320, getting ready to take off on runway 16 left. It'd be cool if there was a shark on that tail. So it'd be peering up, da-da, taking off. Safe travels to Frontier, headed to Denver. It looked like an osprey, a type of bird. I have to look though on flight radar because it usually specifies the tail. No, I go to my first day of training, James, tomorrow. Whooping crane? Okay. Yeah, it looked like a bird. Look, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's Frontier. In the 3 o'clock hour, we are now. Welcome in, everybody. If you're just tuning in, we are looking northeast, the mountains. Welcome in. Encourage you to like and subscribe. We are pushing through, and I'm keeping an eye on the arrivals and the departures. Everything has either been running on schedule or early. Thank you, Tony, as well. And thank you to the like and adding. Everything. It's been a good flying day if you're flying to or from Salt Lake City. Transformer. Not too much weather yet. We supposed to get some rain and some snow. Should see a couple departures come our way, including, I think we'll get Delta 2535. Should also get United 5432, Delta 3508 to 3714 to Long Beach, California, Delta 3996, Southwest 2383 headed to Baltimore. So right now, the 3 o'clock hour is going to be predominantly departures on our side. Infidel Fireman is back in business. So here's an interesting question to all you plane spotting pals, Pip's pals. What airport would you like to see done next that's in the West? So I'm going to give you some options. Las Vegas, Phoenix, I'll even go LA or Van Nuys, or maybe even San Francisco, because Breeze does a direct flight that's pretty cheap. Las Vegas, Innsbruck. Okay, well, Nielsen, I will need to get some special equipment for that, and also a really expensive plane ticket over to Austria. But that is an excellent choice. There are no question. So I think DFW, you want me to battle with all the other guys, Infidel Firemen? Man, I think most likely Las Vegas. Yeah, for sure, do a meetup. Yep, and then you can hold up my sign to all the people who are at Founders Plaza. So, which I got to give credit to Walt for from Runway DFW. That's actually a really good idea. Is having the sign there by his table because there are lots of people. It's amazing how many people show up to Founders Plaza, and they can be like, "Oh, we can just tune into this." Van Nuys or SFO, okay. John Wayne, excellent choice. I like the John Wayne option. I would probably need a truck for that. So Van Nuys, I think you can. There's a good spot that you can walk to. SFO, of course, is legendary. That's an option too. All right, good choices. Yeah, so along the west, Nellis Air Force Base, Sacramento. Good recommendation, Dan. You know what? I actually have a plane spotting video from Sacramento, and it's actually nice because just like here in Salt Lake, the Sacramento airport, as you know, has parallel runways and a parking garage in the middle. So you can usually get good visibility from the top level of the parking garage on either runway. So it's a good recommendation. San Diego, excellent choice. The one thing, so Nielsen, I did go to San Diego a couple years ago. I did, obviously wasn't doing the live streaming yet. I was just doing plane spotting and photography. Is all the parking garages, they say no photography allowed. So I've got to figure out a sneaky way to pay for the parking and then also put a camera on the top level. So you love the invisible plane, don't you, infidel fireman? The plane that doesn't exist? What Janet Air? That doesn't even exist. So for those who aren't too familiar, Janet Air is what is it? It's Air Force civilians that are being flown to secure locations, supposedly towards Area 51 and other locations in the United States. But if you ever call the Air Force or air traffic control, they'll be like, "What are you talking about?" Because a lot of times I think they turn their transponder off below 6,000 feet. You're obsessed with the Janet Air? Okay. iAero, Just Air here in Pittsburgh. Okay. Well, James, I want to get out there regardless, but that'll take a little more legwork. I do want to get down to Tampa too. So a little bit of a travel tip: if you want to get to all the hot destinations, you do it during the summertime because nobody wants to go down there to Phoenix when it's like 110, but everybody wants to go there when it's 75 degrees in February and March. So, and that's why it's a lot more expensive to travel down there right now. Those are a lot of great options. I would probably, off the top of my head, probably say my top picks personally would be Las Vegas due to it's the closest, that in Boise, and you have good visibility there on the parking garage. LA is a little bit further, Van Nuys. If I did do a California road trip, I would try and hit two airports and then drive back for work. San Francisco would be an excellent choice because you can fly Breeze for pretty cheap out of Provo and just stay at one of the hotels overnight and walk to the lakeside park there. I would probably say those are my tops. Would be probably either Van Nuys, San Francisco, Las Vegas. Maybe if I got a cheap flight, Phoenix. Prisoner Air is just air. Okay. NetJets arrival. Looks like Cessna. Citation. The one good thing I absolutely love about San Diego too is there's only one runway, so you know where everything's coming from. As you get, most of you probably know that, but yeah, San Diego only has one runway. Good Good choices, though. I'm writing these all down. Oh, you've seen a couple of live streamings? I'll have to do some research, James. Thank you for reporting that. I have to do a little research. What I hope to do is once I get settled in, so the first 6 weeks of the job is all classroom training. So the schedule should be pretty much set in stone. So I know I'll probably know tomorrow what days I have off. And then you'll do OJT like you would in dispatcher class. Hey, Daniel, I thought you had to work today. Good to see you, bud. But once you get OJT, just like dispatching, your schedule will be all over the place. So the next 6 weeks should be pretty good. And then from there, it might get a little chaotic. Good to see you, Daniel. A pleasant surprise, sir. Oh, you're off at 3:30. Okay. Very cool, man. If you're new to the channel, I encourage you to like and subscribe and join the party. Feel free to say hello. Don't be shy. We love having each one of you here. And we'll be here a little bit longer. So we see this A320 depart out of Salt Lake City on runway 16 left. Go Infidel Fireman, if we meet up, we gotta go to like Hard 8 barbecue, which isn't that too far. It is not that far from the airport. Let me reword my words. It's like a couple miles, like a mile and a half from Envoy headquarters. Starting to get a little bit wind. Peak gusts were reported last hour, almost 30 knots. Definition of a true gust. Just came right in and then came right out. See, arrival of an Embraer Legacy 500 right there on runway 16 left, NetJets. And hi, everyone who just tuned in. I am Pip. Welcome into the party. Daniel, probably, well, realistically, probably 15, 20 more minutes. But hey, Ray, good to see you again. Thank you for making me jealous, as usual, when you're in Kauai. Just rubbing it in. Thank you very much. Not so jealous, Ray. Ah, excellent idea, Infidel Fireman. A very worthy place for a celebration dinner. Excellent. Next up in our departure parade, we got Delta 2535 headed to Orange County, Santa Ana, and then United Express 5432 behind us. Hey, good afternoon, Luis. Nice to see you. Welcome in. We're at Salt Lake City International Airport, my home base. So this is typically where we'll broadcast from. Yeah, so mentioning some of the remote locations, what'll probably happen is I'll either drive on like a Friday afternoon after work, and depending, we'll stream Saturday and then head back maybe Saturday night, depending on the location, or Sunday morning. We do have the beautiful Wasatch Mountains. That is 100% truth. That is 100% truth. Well, currently, James, I don't do anything, so I'm not a good source. But everybody else is gainfully employed, unlike me. That's a good question. What does everybody do here in the chat as far as work or pastimes? Because I was a flight dispatcher for over 4 years. Yep, infidel fireman, will soon be employed. And if not, I'll just hire you to work for me. You're hired. No, Nielsen, that's a good question. As far as I did not know that about they tend to block the middle seat for business customers. That's interesting. So there's a couple different ways to look at it, Nielsen. For example, airlines like United Express or United, for example. You make it sound like you were sweating like constantly, infidel fireman. Like it was the worst class of your life. Very good dramatic acting there. So yeah, Nielsen, most airlines when like for the A319 or even here the JetBlue from Los Angeles here landing, the 3-3 configuration, they just fill the seats. They have no designation as keeping the seat open or not open. That's right. James is going to be next, infidel fireman. He's the next one to get his license. So yeah, Nielsen, they just sell the seats. They sell it. If it's available, they sell it. Uh, Obviously, they have first class. What there is a lot of the airlines here. First for Southwest, they're usually the exception to the rule, so they're the easiest to talk about. But they have an open seating policy. So depending on which boarding group you're in, A, B, or C, you can sit anywhere in the plane because all the seats are configured all the same, kind of like Ryanair. Yes, it is, James, but it's not until tomorrow. So, and I would much rather be employed in aviation. In fact, I told infidel firemen I applied for the Southwest dispatcher opening yesterday or the other day because I would still prefer to do that. But so yeah, Southwest is the only one that does the open boarding. They just have groups, and A is first, B is next, then C, and that's just dependent on when you checked in and also your status as well with the airline. Then every other airline, it's kind of different. You have basic economy, and then you have some iteration of a premium economy, and then you have like main cabin and then first class. So I guess it goes basic economy, main cabin, premium economy, and first class. So there's like 4 iterations of different seats. So the premium ones have a little more leg room, a little cushier seats, hey, bag. And first class is obviously first class. And then main cabin's just regular seats. And then the basic economies, the seats are a little bit tighter and you're restricted on what you can bring on the plane. So, yeah, used to be so simple. And that's pretty much every other airline in the United States. A little bit different. See that 175 landing? Well, cool, Bubag. That sounds cool. And And hi, everybody who's new to the channel. Encourage you to like and subscribe. That way you'll know when and where we'll be subscribing, or when and where we'll be broadcasting next. Thank you. Very good, Stephen. I got the nurse joke now. Okay, that makes sense. Is my dishwasher old or new? It's new. The apartment takes care of it. All right, next up, you got Southwest 1308 in our view, headed to Chicago Midway. Radio? Sweet, Ray. I used to work in radio. I was a news reporter in small towns in Indiana. Ready for a new job? I am ready. I am ready. Yeah, Ray, that is a nice transition. But see, when you're a communicator, and I'm sure Ray can attest to this, you can pretty much do anything. So that's, what can I say? Because radio is where I started out. My bachelor's degree is in journalism. Yeah, I have. I've had a couple of friends, former coworkers who work in Southwest right now, and I've talked to them a bit. And I did visit them one day, so I didn't see your email, Bubback. So I'll give you the email address again for everybody and you. Again, it's just PIPS. Yeah, Ray's in Hawaii, James. He's got the good life. We'll try and send it again. Just copy down that email address again. Thank you for the like and subscribing and tuning in. All right, we'll be here for a few more minutes and then we'll get on out of here. I know, Ray's got like the best location. I'm here in Hawaii. It's like 75. And by the way, did you notice how he made it sound so sad that it was cloudy in 75? He tried to sound like there was something wrong with the weather. And here we are in the UK with rain and cold and 7 degrees Celsius and snow and rain, Justin, here in Salt Lake tomorrow. I caught on to his scheme real quick. Well, we love having you here, Ray. I'm just giving you a hard time because I'm jealous. We're all jealous. I will look for it, Bobag. Off to Chicago Midway, this 737-700 goes. No islands for UK Bean? That's a good point, too. I think that's why I've never done cruises. I've never done a cruise in my life because the boat is basically an island and you're stuck on it. I'll have to look for the stream for Hawaii, too. Delta 2977 and A220 100. Next up on 16 left. Okay, bye, Bobag. Yeah, but at the same time, Ray, when I'm sitting there at the beach and it's like 80 degrees and sunny, and then I can get fresh shrimp, it's not so bad. That's right. You did mention that, Nielsen. It is a bit of a higher altitude. Well, look at that. We got the Boston Celtics. I believe JetBlue livery. They're New York Jets. We'll have to take a closer look at that. Yeah, man. They get that shrimp right out of the ocean, and then they cook it up in garlic butter, and wham! You got to take off the shells first because that was my first mistake. I ate the shell, so you got to take the shrimp out of the shell and then eat it, and then it's really good. Very cool, James. Off to St. Louis he goes. Infidel Fireman, are you like the all-you-can-eat shrimp guy at Red Lobster? They made that special just for you. If you're new to the channel, I encourage you to like and subscribe. you talk way too much about Rocky Mountain oysters, Chaotic Bean. I think you have a secret love of them. Ray, that's rookie stuff. Infidel fireman. Okay. Rarely, honestly, that we get traffic from Hill Air Force Base. It's funny because you would think so since it's super close by, but we'll just get from a Utah Air National Guard. I have not seen a single fighter jet here in any of the streams. I've done what, like 16, 17 from here. I have not seen a single fighter jet here. I've seen a C-17, but I think that was coming from somewhere else, like Charleston or oh, brain fart, Luke Air Force Base, maybe in Phoenix. I know I haven't had a chance to try Rocky Mountain oysters, and when they're deep fried, they're nice. That's what I hear. So I'm not afraid to try one. I just want to state that for the record. Next time, I will go Rocky Mountain oysters in Colorado. See, Chaotic Bean, are they a seasonal special? Are they all year round? All year round. Okay. All right. Next time I'm there, I'll sit down. Sit down for some fried bull testicles. Here's our JetBlue special livery departure. Make sure we don't miss this. It's not often we get the special liveries here, so we really appreciate that. Live stream it. Deep fried chicken or deep fried chocolate bars. That sounds actually really good. Steven, that's an excellent choice. Oh, dang it. Where'd it go? No. I got so distracted, I missed the JetBlue livery. Dang it. Oh, there it is. I was getting lightheaded after thinking about eating Rocky Mountain oysters. Fried in lard. Well, as Infidel Fireman knows, State Fair of Texas is known for flying everything in October, so that's where you need to go. All right, folks, we're going to wind it down here. Got the JetBlue livery. Sorry I missed it temporarily. But this plane coming up here, this A319, this will be our last departure, and I'll see if I can get on out of here in less than 10 minutes, so I don't have to pay another hour for parking. Well, we've talked about everything today and had a great broadcast. And Infidel Fireman looks like the gremlins went away for the last hour and a half. So I'm going to call it #blessed as we look at Delta 1277 on an A319 headed to Kansas City. Good food, folks. Well, now I know where I need to go, Stephen Collins. Deep fried chocolate bars. That does sound actually pretty good. No, James, no testicles for you? They're fried. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure for the last 24 episodes to get to know each one of you. And while we had a couple of technical issues earlier, I apologize there. That things will only get better from here. So for right now, I will say goodbye for now. I will update you tomorrow. And thank you for the like and subscribing, by the way. Take care. Rest well, Steven and Nielsen and Tony. And ciao to everybody. Thanks, man. I'll update everybody tomorrow what's happening and if we can do any streams in the evening. But at the latest, we'll be here next Saturday or streaming next Saturday. But as for now, had a wonderful time talking to everybody. Ray, take care. And thanks for all the support on my new job. And we'll update you guys tomorrow and talk to you tomorrow. Everybody have a great Sunday evening and afternoon. Rest well and enjoy those views of the Rocky Mountains. Take care, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.